And Catherine, do you want to take over?
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Welcome everyone to today's event. So before we jump right into the event, for those that are not already familiar with female product lead, for those that this is your first event here, we always remind us of what our vision is. Our vision as female product lead is inclusive product leadership. We want a community where we empower women and represented voices in products to lead, grow, and have a voice. We want to create a future where, regardless of your gender, your neurotype, ethnicity, your background, you're able to thrive in an empowered and inclusive team. These are the amazing faces behind the community. We're volunteer led. We're a CIC company. We have Bex, myself, and a couple of other of us that volunteer our time to run events and resources, mentorship within the community. If you are not already a part of this community, we welcome you to join us. We have next week Christmas party in person is going to be in London. Looking forward to seeing all your lovely faces there. And after which, we're going to have an online event in the new year on Friend for Fixable, Rethinking AI's role in DEI. I'll now hand over back to Anna to introduce us to Matvey.
Great, thanks, Catherine. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got Margarita here with us, as well as Matvey. They're both from ProductMap, which is an AI-powered learning platform with a lot of materials on product management resources and tools. They've got a way where you can map out your entire career and what your next step is and what skills you need to build, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's great to have them here. Matvey is the co-founder of ProductMap. He's a product design leader who launched Graphica, runs a design studio, previously led a portfolio of robotics products as well, and he co-founded Product Management School with JetBrains and Yandex, and also teaches human-computer interaction at Constructor University. That's one thing I didn't know about you, Matvey. And Margarita as well, she's the growth product manager at ProductMap. She brings a strong background in sales and event management from the hospitality industry, and she's since transitioned into product management and growth with a focus on product marketing and community building. So yeah, those are our speakers for today. I will hand over to them for the main part of the session, and I will just remind you really quickly about Slido. I've put the link in the chat. So if you can head over there with any questions as you have them throughout the session, feel free to pop them in there and we'll get to them at the end. Yeah, I'll hand over to Margarita, who's already preparing her screen share. So
yes, I'm
into it. I'm excited.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Margarita. I'm a growth product and community manager at ProductMap. Just a quick question. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, all good. Should be.
Yeah, all good. Okay, so I'm very happy and excited to be the part of our today's event with female product lead. And to tell the truth, this is my first speaking event in this role, so please bear with me if I get too overwhelmed and maybe a bit too nervous. Our today's session is devoted to the topic of essential product skills for those who are new to this role. Let's talk a bit about today's challenges. The digital world is evolving fast. AI, social media, white noise, lots of educational courses. Some of them are useful, some of them are useless. All this makes it very hard to see a clear path for growth. AI is a game changer. You can get answers fast. You can prototype easily. But real growth needs more than it. To grow as a professional in product management, you need a clear system that matches industry expectations and guides your next steps. We can name probably more challenges to the picture. gender and structural issues in tech industries, pay gap. The field itself is very competitive. So our career success depends a lot on continuous growth. And for creating a clear structured roadmap, we need to understand what product management is. Probably a simple definition will be a strategic practice that guides the product lifecycle through every stage from research, planning to testing, launch, development, and support. Probably you have some alternative definition for you, so it can be here. Traditionally, there has been no single route into product management. So, what skills do you need to develop if you want to be an effective PM? It depends whether you work for a startup, because here a broader hands-on technical skill set is needed, even sometimes from a junior position. Or if you work for a mature company, more awareness how to make things work in complex organization is needed here. So to plan a growth plan, we need to measure skills we have. We are going to take a look at several effective frameworks, and let's start with the one by Ravi Mehta. This is a detailed framework that breaks down what competencies PMs need to develop at each stage of their career to be most effective. So we can see here the route from associate PM to senior roles, and this framework is focused on four big categories: product execution, customer insight, product strategy, and influencing people. We compared the skill set needed for junior position, associate PM to PM, how it is changing with progress in this role. So if we talk about product execution, so here you need to strengthen your product delivery skills, but you need to maintain the same level of quality assurance and feature specification. If we talk about customer insight, so here you need to perfect your understanding of voice of the customer and work with your fluency with data, and of course progress with user experience design. If we talk about product strategy, so you need to take full ownership of business outcomes, sharpen your product vision, road mapping, and strategic impact. Influencing people in this category, we see the most development in stakeholder management, but the rest skills are required in more senior roles. So this is the first framework we're going to discuss. The second one is published by Pavel Hurin in 2023. It shows PM competencies by roles: product owner, product manager, senior product manager. Sometimes it is considered a bit debatable, but what is good, there is a free assessment that you can use to evaluate yourself. But we come to another challenge. Every company has its own PM skill needs. It depends a lot from the industry, from product culture, from the country the company operates in. So, ProductMap, we have developed our own assessment, and we started with a generic structure. We put 5 core skills in its heart. So we start with product, customer, analytics, process, and people. And let's take a look a bit deeper into these categories to understand what is required for each of them. So we'll start with product. And here we put 3 important skills: strategic impact. It means making product decisions that move the business forward, focusing on long-term goals and long-term success. Business goals ownership. Every PM is responsible for making sure that product actually achieves company's goals like revenue, retention, growth, not only deliver some features. Product discovery. We research the market to identify a problem or a niche to offer some solutions here. Then we come to customer. Here we have user experience. So this part is about how our customer interacts with our product, its interface designed to ensure the maximum satisfaction here. Voice of customer, it's about our understanding of our audience, its needs. Product marketing, this is how we promote the product, share key messages, and launch it to the market. Analytics is represented by fluency with data. It means being able to understand, interpret, and use data to make good product decisions. Measuring progress and KPIs. It means knowing how to track whether your product is actually working by choosing the right metrics and checking them to see if we are moving in the right direction or not. Stakeholder management, the skill of working smoothly with the teams involved, so everyone moves towards the same goal. Then we come to processes. Here we have product vision planning. It means knowing where the product goes long term and creating a clear plan and roadmap to get there. Backlog management, skill of keeping tasks organized, prioritized, and up to date. And software engineering, because some roles require also technical skill set. PMs work a lot with people, so we need to have and master soft skills like communication, negotiation, leadership, conflict resolutions, and people development to make all our team members grow. Meetings are essential part of our everyday life, so of course we need to master these skills. So at ProductMap, we assembled a huge database of product management topics that is represented by more than 50 topics that are mapped to each particular skill. So if you feel that you have some gaps in knowledge in some particular skill, so you can easily learn and master yourself. But here we come to the question, if I really need to know all these topics. And here I would like to pass the word to Matvey.
Thanks, Margarita. By the way, I shared the detailed guide that we assembled in order to explain these skills more. So if you want to have a look, feel free to follow the link that I sent in the chat. And yeah, Margarita covered the high-level overview of the product management skills that we built in a product map based on the latest industry trends. And I want to explain a little bit how it was calculated. So the generic structure usually use the requirements from companies all over the world. And also the difference in these particular skills from the previous methodologies that Margarita covered is that we try to create the generic one that will help to give you the high-level overview, what is the product management, and be flexible enough in order to add additional skills that could be unique for your company, for your industry, and maybe for your specific needs. So that's why the question, actually I already answered the question, do I really need all these skills? The answer is no. And obviously, if you're progressing on your career, you need to have different focuses. So first of all, if you are associate product manager, you usually have a supportive function, and you supporting the product delivery with different operational tasks. And if you are changing to the, let's say, middle PM role or just a regular PM, depending on the company, your sense of ownership is growing, your area of ownership is growing, and you are starting to drive this execution, not just coordinate people around you and support the delivery. You're becoming a driver. And I think it's a very important part of being a leader to not just follow someone's ideas and the initiatives that are coming, but also be proactive. And that's why if you see on this simple chart that skills in the people domain, they are growing, but at the same time in the product, customer analytics and process areas as well. And obviously, if you're progressing to senior roles, then you're leading bigger initiatives, you're contributing more to strategical tasks, and it's growing. So for some companies, there are many levels in the grading system. So we just took 5 for keeping things simple and let's say not very big. So what is the main difference between junior and middle? So as I said, switching from supportive functions to the owning function to owning very specific outcomes and initiatives is a big change. So if you take a regular PM as an example, they usually lead very specific features or epics or however you call it in your company, and sometimes it's end-to-end ownership. So what skills are essential? So strategic impact, business goals ownership, product discovery, they are essential in order to contribute in it, but maybe not fully lead that. And that's why you see the requirement is smaller than in different directions. If you take the customer area, user experience, voice of customer, and marketing, that's where product managers could contribute. And obviously, it's a minimal requirement, right? So what does it mean having product marketing on the level 2? It means that you're contributing to that and you're supporting some initiatives that helps to launch the product or develop the go-to-marketing strategy. But again, depends on your product, and sometimes in some technical product management specializations, not very mandatory. If you're developing the internal product, then maybe it will be the smaller requirement. But at the same time, having this skill will help you to work in the different industries and for different sectors, and keep all skills evenly distributed. Helps you to avoid very specific skill gaps and be more efficient in terms of a full stack product manager. So moving forward, analytical skills, that's where product managers contribute a lot. So obviously working with data, tracking KPIs, that's something that we do as a day-to-day tasks, and these skills should be developed. Same as the process area, and the demand for software engineering skills is growing. And most, I don't know how it works in your companies, but most common task is to prioritizing backlog, organizing backlog, and contributing to the overall product vision and planning. And communication skills, team leadership, and people development, the people area, they also the influence of product manager is growing. So you usually contribute a lot for some cross-functional initiatives, and you work closely with other teams around. So it could be engineering team, marketing team, a sales team, support, any departments that exist in your company, but keeping everything aligned and focusing more on the coordination and collaboration helps you to be efficient and contribute a lot to different initiatives. So maybe you don't know, but a few months ago, we partnered with the female product leaders, all because of this progression model, and we see the big problem in the overall industry. Equity and inclusivity, that's a very important topic, and that's why when we did the research and published some results together with a female product lead community, we addressed this career ladder problem, and numbers don't lie. So they show that progressing to the high senior positions leads to the reducing the percentage of women in tech. So we analyze data from McKinsey, Women in Tech Network, BCS, BLC, in order to find all these numbers. But the infographic shows that it's harder to progress, but at the same time, there are possible capabilities. So we always can see some advantages in that. So maybe progressing further than mid-level positions is the overall trend where it's all going. And I made a comment that the market is changing a lot, and the requirements are changing. So there is no so strict line as we've seen from Pavel's Hearing framework on Ravi's method. So companies setting their own requirements, because in startups where the team is smaller than, let's say, 50 people, the PM could work could wear many hats, and it's like a full stack person who can do anything from research till the go-to-market strategy and launch. So where this gap is happening and what directions are changing. So we try to map it with some infographics as always, but there is no very specific answer. So it highly depends on the company, and that's why at the product map, we're always trying to align it with the specific company needs. But the overall trend for middle or senior product managers is the growing area of the processes, strategic, and the data analytical skills. We don't see a big change in the people area. So that's something that was with us always. So as a product managers, we contribute a lot in the into different teams, and also we always work with people. So it's all about people. But what's changing is first of all, it's the end-to-end ownership of the whole product lifecycle. So previously, PM's been contributing a lot to very specific parts of the processes, and in some enterprises, the PM function was closer to the strategic areas, maybe product discovery or testing some product hypothesis. But at the same time, in the startups, there is no big responsibility change. So PMs are responsible for everything from defining the problem till the launch of this problem with a solution. And in startups, if you take the whole product lifecycle, then all skills are contributing to this lifecycle are getting more important. The second part is data fluency. So now PMs are more responsible for analyzing data by themselves. So previously, we've been coordinating a lot with different departments and different teams in order to get this data and analyze this data. But now running quick experiments from the data, building your own dashboards is the skill that you need to develop. So the biggest change what we see with the rise of AI is that accessing your data, analyzing your data is becoming the very critical skill for decision making. It actually doesn't matter how big your startup and how much data you generate, even if it's analyzing interviews and getting data from them. Clusterizing this data is also a skill that requires some data fluency. Customer discovery, so analyzing your prototypes, building them, getting a feedback and quick validation. that's something that requires some software engineering skills. So we see more and more PMs coding or vibe coding, however you call it. And it's one of the options that helps you to build your prototypes and sometimes deliver not only the requirement or the product requirement document, but the solution that was tested and maybe the concept was validated. And at the same time, building prototypes is not just one thing that we are doing. The growth mindset is also like the way how product managers think in a startup. So everything covering from the positioning and pricing until the final metrics that helps you to check your pirate metrics. So awareness, acquisition, activation, revenue, referral, and what I forgot. The last one. Oh, I forgot the last metric. Doesn't matter. So keeping the whole process in place and contributing to all parts of this funnel is very important to keep your product alive and successful. And last things, what we saw, the big change in the way how the product design is done, the user interface design especially. So they're splitting responsibilities with the design team and organizing design collaboration with many tools that appear on the market, including some latest tools from Figma. It helps to deliver results quicker. So a lot of ways how you can prototype your products based on the existing designs or even design systems helps you to achieve these results better and quicker. And using AI. So, I mean, we can spend hours about talking about practical solutions, how you can do that, but trying different tools and trying to feed them into your process is the new way how product managers can speed up their processes. So obviously there are many tools, but my practical suggestion is to try different solutions, see how they could work for you, and maybe optimize some processes that you see can help you to improve your day-to-day tasks. Long story short about all these skills, we did more than 2,000 assessments of product managers on the ProductMap platform. I'm sharing with you the latest stats that I updated just before this event. So obviously the distribution of the senior positions is smaller, maybe just because of the audience that we've got the product map. So we've got the bigger demand and bigger numbers from the middle product managers, senior roles and junior roles on the second position, so almost equal. And the trend for non-PMs is growing. So we see a lot of people who are acting as a PM in the company, or maybe they've got a similar role, but they don't have PM title, like a product owner, so which is debatable again. But from this point of view, sometimes PM role doesn't exist at all. So that was my point. And understanding product management skills helps you to contribute to the product. So almost everyone within the team is contributing to the product. So take any engineer or any analyst as an example. They all contribute to the product with their solutions, decisions, and their work. So I encourage everyone to create a personalized plan that helps you to improve your product management skills and maybe close some gaps. There is an assessment that you can try. So when we did a partnership with the female product leaders, we shared the promo code for the paid one, but this one is free. It fully relies on your experience. So no surveys, no quizzes. Feel free to share your LinkedIn profile or your CV. It would be a great start. But right after analyzing your profile, we're trying to map all these skills and topics that Margarita shared with your requirements. So I'm comparing myself against a senior product manager, and I want to see where I've got some gaps, maybe which areas I need to improve based on my experience. And I personally got a strong design background, so obviously there are some areas that I can improve. You can share it with a community. Maybe we can also support with some suggestions what to do next. But reviewing these skills, reviewing your level, and identifying some gaps could be helpful. Just because the next step, product map, builds you your profile and personalized growth plan packed with the different resources and topics that we've got on the platform. But good news is that you can always adjust your goals. You can specify the goal to close a gap in a particular skill, or maybe a grade up could be your next goal. Or what we launched just before this beautiful event with the female product leaders is the career coaching assistant, which analyzes your profile and helps you to brainstorm different ideas how you can grow. So you can find it in the PM Assistant tab, and again, it's free for use. Feel free to check how it works for you. What could be helpful if you want to think retrospectively about where you are is to use Skills Radar template that we've been using for supporting people on their career, more like as a expert guided approach. And you think about yourself as where you are right now, even if you don't fully understand 5 levels of strategic impact, what it means. You can set yourself a specific mark. So let's say that I've got a strategic impact on 3. So it's your personal understanding where you've got possibilities to grow, or maybe where you want to grow, or maybe you think that you're confident enough, so you can close it for the 4 or 5. But at the same time, after mapping where you are right now, draw for yourself the same visualization where you want to be. So it's basically the same what I showed on the ProductMap platform. When you select the goal, it shows you where you will be when you will close all gaps. But even thinking about where you want to be will help you to progress in your career, and you can always match it with the company requirements. So use this template to draw 2 very simple pictures. The first one, where you think you are today and where you want to be. And the progression will show you, like the infographic will show you visually what skills you need to improve, and some materials could help you to do that. That's basically all from us from the materials point of view. But I want to add one small comment that I was about to say at the beginning of the event today, that we partnered with the female product leaders. We've been supporting the mission that Karina told at the beginning. So we highly support people, all different genders, with a different, all over the world, with their demand on the professional growth and improving their product management skills. Frankly speaking, the demand and the let's say the interest from different people who are not product managers and they exploring product managers, even in the survey that we pinned at the beginning of the event, is growing. So, and why it's happening? In the next year, we'll release the updated version of the skill guide. So obviously things are changing a lot, but if, more and more people starting build products, and managing products is changing to building products, launching them. So we believe that everyone can do that, and everyone could have a product leader role. It doesn't matter what title you've got, and we all focusing around building better products and delivering them to their customers. So that's our shared mission with female product leaders. I'm happy to present it, and thanks everyone for listening. So I hope that next we've got the Q&A session, right, Katrina?
Yep. However, there are no questions at the moment, so everyone who's still on the call, please don't be shy and put a question in or write it in the chat if that's easier, and we can read it out. But yeah, there must be questions.
The most common question is how the job market is changing right now. So I see that in the chat, a few people are just applying or interviewing for product managers. I want to suggest very practical thing that helped a lot our community members. We actually, that was one of the reasons why we built the interview preparation assistant at the ProductMap. Compare your profile with the company requirements, and some people, they've been using our guide to understand what skills are required from the company's job description, and you can use actually the same for analyzing your CV. So the SIPA mapping will help you to succeed in your in searching the right job, and also interviewing. So when you will map different like companies' requirements with your current profile, then maybe it will help you to succeed in your searches or applications. All right. I see more. If you questions appear.
Yeah, shall we start from the top? And there's a couple of in the chat as well. I'll keep track of them. So the first one on Slido is, how do you recommend getting your foot in the door without prior tech experience?
Margarita, you want to share your experience? Because
Well, I don't have any tech experience. I have completely different. I worked in hospitality in hotels in sales for almost 15 years. So, well, I think the first step should be probably evaluating what you know from other fields, because some knowledge can be applicable to product management even if you had another career path. So it's a good start to analyze what you know and build your growth plan, understand what gaps you need to fill here. So this is my perspective. But maybe you have anything to add here.
oh, I absolutely agree, because a lot of products, they are not actual technical products, and your experience could be very valuable. So still, if you people are transitioning from support, sales, and marketing to the product management, and they develop this skill to speak the same language with the engineers, just like as a part of their transition to the role. Yeah, so I would say that even with the vibe coding apps, sometimes you don't need to have a technical skill to build products. But yeah, if you want to progress somehow, you need to close this gap. So it would be great to plan some growth in this area. Yeah.
Great. Good advice. Next question is, I'm trying to break into product management. What's the best way to get the experience or skills? Yes, building up on what you were just saying, Matvey.
True. But I've got one personal suggestion, because it was from my personal experience. Build your own products, or start a pet project, or take the full ownership on something. It helps you to break into product management, because it's not only about management. As I said at the end, it's about building products. So when you will try to apply your skills on something tangible, with your own responsibilities. So then you will get much more understanding about how it should work. So yeah, that would be a great option. So a lot of people trying to start their pet projects or small startups just to get the hands-on experience from the fields. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's so much easier nowadays with all the AI tools
exactly.
started. So yeah. I'll cover a couple from the chat before they scroll too far.
Sure.
One question was, are you working with recruiters? How does your product make money?
Maybe it's not for the topic of this talk, but for sure we've got a Plus and Pro membership with extra features. We support product managers in their growth. So moreover, we've got a few B2B projects. So the product map is growing and our team is growing. So there are a lot of ways how we progress in success. But at the same time, the market is changing a lot. So we're pivoting also and working closely with small startups and smaller product teams. So which helps us to keep an eye on the industry and how things are going. Yeah.
Great. Thanks for that. The next two, I'll take these together from the chat because they're kind of related and focus on AI. So one of them is how can AI make a difference in a PM role? And then the other one is what are the best AI tools as a service-based product manager? Because a lot of work is on documents.
Exactly.
So I feel like these are quite related. Keen to see what your view is, Matvey.
Not just my view, maybe Margarita will add something, but guys.
Yeah, maybe I can add maybe just a couple of things, but actually I think Matvey specializes in this question because we had a series of events devoted to AI tools and how they can be used in product management. So I actually followed Matvey's tips and I tried a couple. The first one I liked is Sentric. So you can check the strategy, you can like roast your strategy. I think it helps a lot. And also Synthetic Persona, I think, is a good tool.
Syntheticsusers.com. Yep.
Yeah. So you can build your customer persona and check your hypothesis here.
True. So I would add a small comment that, guys, AI is, Margarita said at the beginning, AI is a very hot topic. A lot of things appear on the market. Sometimes you spend, let's say, hours trying to follow the product updates from different AI tools. We've got some materials on that, on the prompt engineering. So I don't want to spend too much time on that today. But if you structure your tools based on the product management skills that we shared today, it will help you to find some areas where you can optimize your processes. So as Margarita said, you can use Sentric as an example for the strategy area and product area. It helps to define some initiatives and improve your strategy. For customer area, you can try to brainstorm your users with the syntheticusers.com as an example. There are many other tools, or you can build your own assistants, or you can use some assistants that we've got in ProductMap, because we also got some assistance that helps you to work out your product, let's say, target audience. But you know what, things are changing a lot, so you need to try different things. So for example, I can personally share some tips how you extract data and build your own dashboards, but it's completely different topic. So trying new tools and let's say applying them for your product and for your processes will help. And regarding service-based product managers, try to automate their day-to-day tasks like writings, product requirement documents, release notes, acceptance criteria. They all could be created with AI, but under supervision of you as a product manager and expert. Obviously, again, there are many tools like product chat PRD or You can build your own assistants, or you can find some assistants in the GPT store. But maybe what I would suggest to start using Cursor and starting creating all these documents in the Markdown, and you will develop the software engineering skill, and just maybe at some point of time you will start building prototypes from these requirement documents and writings that you are doing. So at the end you will get a deeper dive to the prompt engineering, and maybe at some point of time you will start building your own assistants and even agents pipelines as a next step. So we're all doing that, and I think that for you, trying different tools and try to optimize different areas of the product management skills could be a good suggestion. At least that's how we do it inside our team.
Great, thank you. Let's go for another couple of questions, maybe,
Sure.
and then we'll close off. So just off of Slido now, do you think cold messaging is useful? What alternatives are there to applying through the company website? This is, I guess, more around applying for a PM role. I mean, I know firsthand that the market is really difficult at the moment. But yeah, I don't know, Matvey or Margarita, if you have any views on this or any advice. I guess it's more of a recruitment question then.
I think so. I mean, yeah. We're in touch with the different companies. If you check our website, we've got a few partners who are like a bigger enterprises. And what we found that they're all different. So take different industries, take different companies, and what they are doing, their products, they've got different requirements. So I would delegate this question to the HRs and what they are doing. But yeah. we've seen that sometimes they use our product management skill guide in order to screen, how it's called, screening, right? There's interviews, like screening in the recruiting process. Yeah. So sometimes when they analyze your applications, they use AI tools in order to find the right keywords and see the how you match with the skills that they have been looking for. So, but it's very hard question. So
I mean, I would advise whoever asked the question, if you can get in touch with some recruiters, you can just find them on LinkedIn. There's a few companies that specialize in product recruitment specifically, and you can reach out and ask them what they're seeing, because they will have a much wider view of the market. From what I've heard, though, you'd have to do a lot of those cold messages, cold emails to companies to get a few hits, basically. So it depends whether that's something you're willing to do over a longer period. So let's go for the last one then, the top one on here. Is it worthwhile to use the assessment tool to identify gaps in product management skills for those trying to transition into a product management role?
It's worth checking. I mean, it's free to use. So if you want to explore it's deeper, we can provide, especially like specifically for female product lead community, the paid assessment. And I think we've got a few free left that we published as an announcement of our collaboration. Give it a try. Maybe you will find some insights where you could grow. And if you stuck a little bit, trying different tools and exploring the insights from them could be beneficial. So it takes 30 seconds, as I showed you on the video and the demonstration. Why not?
So yeah, it's free, it's fast, and gives a lot of insights. So it will show your gaps to fill.
If it will hallucinate, because it's our own model, it's not just ChatGPT, we put a lot of efforts to use the structure. If it will hallucinate, share the feedback with us. So there is a feedback form at the end. So we all are analyzing it, we're reviewing that, just because it helps us to keep an eye on the industry and see how things are going. Yeah, I'll share the links so I see in the chat.
Yeah. And you can go on the website as well. There's a few free resources as well available.
Yes,
So if
that's
people
right.
want to have a look at those.
For people who are new to
Junior PM skills guide. So
exactly. So for people who are new with a SEMrush, we did a very specific guide with a set of resources that you can check before entering the product management role. It's also a free guide. Feel free to have a look. It's called 15 Junior Product Management Skills Guide. Obviously.
yeah. Great. So thanks a lot, both of you, for running the session today and sharing lots of useful resources. I think it's really good to get a different perspective on how people can look at the skills they have. Maybe they're in a product role today and they want to move to the next stage, or maybe they want to break into product, and figuring out what that mapping is between where they're at today and where they want to be. I think is really useful, and the fact that you're making this generic rather than specific to circumstances in different companies and things like that. So I think that's really good. Hopefully everyone found this useful. Please take a moment to let us know what you're taking away from the session. It really helps us out to understand the impact that we're having as a not-for-profit CIC community. We absolutely need to measure our impact, so any feedback you can give us would be very much appreciated. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it today. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again at one of our next events, maybe at the Christmas party if you're based in the UK. And yeah, if not, then hope you have a great time around the Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you in 2026. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much for your attention. It was a great pleasure to share some tips, some useful information that we hope may help you on your journey. So feel free to reach out on LinkedIn, or if you have any questions in the assessment part. So yeah, we're happy to help.
Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.